Welcome to Rom Wills Money Matters. Making money isn't mystical. I'm gonna tell you what, because look, people who follow me, especially on my Deep Thought channel, know I can get deep. I can get metaphysical. People know I got knowledge of a lot. And one of the things I find interesting is people who they want to do all this crazy stuff for making money. There's they might go to the conjure man or somebody else, some psychic, or do all this stuff to make some money. Do all these rituals and everything. Making money isn't mystical at all. Oh man, seriously, like you can put some stuff up and you can, but at the end of the day, I don't care how many rituals you do. I don't care what you get a conjure man or priest, or I don't care what you do. You still have to go out and make the money. I remember I knew this young lady and she wanted $4,000. And she actually went to a mystical type of woman. And mystical type of woman, even though she was mystical, was also very practical. She was like, okay, you want 4,000 by a certain time. Okay, so what do you have to bring in 4,000? Money isn't just going to pop up like that. But this young lady had that idea. And she's better with it now. Trust me, I know so many people. That's why I got so many stories. I'm not calling names though. But and it's interesting because, the young lady, she's a bit older now, but she's making steady income now. I'm going to tell you what, it ain't mystical. You provide a service or a product to somebody and they compensate you for it. And this is whether you're in a business or a job, because, okay, let's think about a job. Look, first of all, you have to go get the job. There's nothing mystical about it. You got to apply for a job. You got to look for it. You got to apply for it. You need the skill set to come in for an interview. You need to ace that interview. Then you need to do a good job. There's nothing really mystical about that. You got to be good at it. It got to be either a product you could create if you have a business or a service. Now, even when I work for other people, I always saw it as a service. I always saw it as a service. I always saw myself in business, even though they gave me a steady paycheck and everything, because I saw myself as spending, 8 to 10 hours of my day. It's always actually because food, lunch, all that. So 8 to 10 hours of my day at this person's place of employment doing some work, no matter what job I had, no matter which of the 1,000 jobs I had, right? So there wasn't nothing mystical about that. I applied. I got the job. It's not that deep. Now, yeah, because even when people are doing rituals and stuff like that, people are still, that's to just really get them in the mindset of doing the work, but you still have to do it. You can't look, okay, like say you want $1 million, right? And you do all these rituals and stuff to make all this money and everything. You still got to go out and do something to actually make that money. You actually have to still do something. You got to provide some service. Now, I'm going to tell you what, it's hard to make $1 million just providing a service. It really is. It ain't impossible, but, usually it had to be some high-end service, but you would need training for that. Maybe if you're an accountant or something, you provide a service for some rich people. Yeah, you can make $1 million on an attorney. You can make $1 million, but you got to go through some training to get that. It's not impossible. But if you just some average Joe, like you get a lot of average Joes who don't have the education, they don't have what it takes, and then those are the ones that get caught up with some scam artists and everything. Those are the ones who get caught up with some scam artists. They the ones, scam artists that say, hey, you can make a certain amount of money within like 6 months, 30 days and stuff. They all over the internet. all over. And see, they only need a few people to pay some money, or seminars or something. Oh, you can make this money. Well, no, you still got to work at it. You know, I wouldn't call it mystical or mysterious. You got to work at it. I don't care what it is. You want to make $1 million now, you probably ain't going to make it in a few months, despite what people say. Because you still, I say in most cases, there's always an exception, but in most cases, you know, like I remember I was recruited for one of those, somebody was trying to recruit me for one of those numerous multi-level marketing programs. And they were trying to talk about, this guy's in it and was making all this money. But, I looked at it and I was like, that's because that person's at the top of the pyramid. Because a lot of those multi-level marketing things are doing nothing but just recruiting people. So you got a certain amount of people under you and they got a certain amount of people under them. You make it. That's how you getting your money. But there's nothing magic about that. You just recruiting. You still got to do the work. You still got to do the work. Whether you making a product, if you're making a product, okay, like you say you have a business, you making a certain product, food, I don't know, something to go in, something like this, I don't know. Whatever the case. All right, you got to make the product. Nothing very mystical about that. You still have to sell it. It's nothing mystical about sales. You have to sell it. Maybe if you have a product, you got to sell it. Sell the idea to some stores, do some business to business to carry the product, Or if you're selling yourself, maybe doing some vending shows or got your own store or something, you still got to sell. Nothing mystical about it. You got to deal with some people who probably think all that mystical stuff is woo-woo, And I would even include like standard prayer, anything traditional like that. You can pray all you want. You still got to go out there. It's like a saying I heard, I think this was from Islam, pray to Allah, but still tie up your camel. You see, you still got to do basic stuff. Or service, you got to provide that service to a lot of people to make money. And, and I'm going to get into some other stuff with that in the next episode, but it isn't mystical. It's like I was telling my oldest son, he wants to make all this money. It's like, okay, you got to get a job. And you got to be good at that job. You can't just say you want to have a business and not do anything. You got to do it. You got to put out something. You know why I make money? My main thing for making money is doing videos like this. I didn't really make money until I started doing the videos every day. Upload. It wasn't nothing mystical about it, no science to it. Just had to go and do it. Because even when people are doing those rituals, let me break something down. Because I know I got plenty of people who believe in prayer, rituals. You still got to do the work, no matter what. Only thing that does is just open the door for you to do the work. You have belief and faith that you can do the work. But people ain't just going to just hand you money. People ain't going to just hand you money. You got to work for it. Even when I get super things on different videos and everything, what are people compensating me for? It was nothing mystical about it. People are compensating me because I said something that moved them to maybe want to donate. I said something, so I still had to do that work. That was the important thing. But it was nothing magical about it. When I'm making these videos, there's nothing magical. I can pray. And I'm big on prayer. Trust me, I'm big on prayer. And I'm, like I said, I can hit y'all with some metaphysical stuff, but you still have to do the work for it. It's not going to be some magic, It ain't a mystical. You got to work. Whether it's creating the products and selling it, that's basic. You don't have to believe in anything. In fact, you got a lot of people, they don't follow any religion, ritual, anything mystical, and they making a lot of money. In fact, they don't believe in any of it. But they follow the principles. They provide a service, or like I said, either their own business or working on a job where, you know, they compensated fairly for what they do for that job. Or, you know, they have a business, they're making a product. Shoot, even on a job making some certain product, you're going to get what you work for. And if you want to make more money, you need to be better certified and make better products or provide better service. But it's not mystical. You know, it's a very simple thing. Money is not difficult at all right? So anyway, I want y'all to think about everything I said, okay? And I'll get back with y'all. Peace, you know, well, I was about, well, peace and blessings. But let's go make that money.